Okay, so let's get started again. Let's pick up where we left off last time on uncover the secrets of Twitter analytics, now cleaning up the mess. If you remember last time, we had all of this data that we copied. No, I'm just kidding. Copied is the wrong word. That we got from Twitter, but from my own account. And the idea is that we are trying to take the Twitter text and we want to, tear it apart and understand which words are inside, and then to use that information to understand maybe why people are opening our tweets or clicking or not. So we're going to check for the presence of a word like, I don't know, historical, for example. And we're going to see, based on historical being in the text, if that causes the tweet to be more looked at, more clicked on, or more valuable, or to cause it to get more impressions. So um, let's get started again. Let's do a little bit of a review. So last time we did a couple of things. So we started with this, basically this column here. And our idea is to break up the text. And we did that last time. We basically took all of our text, put it all together, and then we took out all the space, and then we got rid of all the duplicate words, and then we got a bit of a count, and then we took all the duplicate words and we put them onto our next sheet here. And our next sheet, basically we have a whole row of just words, but I think it's difficult to see the words that way, so I thought it would be better to put them onto this next the next row, but actually as a column. So paste special, transposed, and then we will just go through and get rid of that. So we will delete that row, give this a wonderful name like unclean text. Okay, so that's just the raw text the way it came out of Twitter. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to check to see if there are usernames in this word. So in order to check for usernames, we have this regular expression that I worked on, and it just checks for, basically, because a Twitter ID or Twitter handle has this at symbol in front, so it checks for that, and that's how it determines. So we're looking in A2, an unclean text. Is it a username? Then we'll go down. One thing I like to do is, okay, you know what? We should do something first. I just thought about that. We have some duplicates in here, and now it's a good chance for us to get rid of that before it causes problems later. So data cleanup, remove duplicates in column A. All right, we got rid of 182 duplicates, which is really good. Okay, now we can get started. So again, username, we have a regular expression for that. It starts with A2, autofill, and then let's do a sanity check. Let's create a filter. See if we can find some usernames. Okay, just one. Interesting. But that's okay if it's true. All right. So let's get rid of this filter. And let's just make sure that we don't have anything weird going on down here. We do. Okay, so we need to pull this all the way down. So sanity check told me that something was weird, but I didn't continue. Okay, so we have one thing else that we can do here. We can get rid of this. Most likely there's only one of these blank rows after we removed all the duplicates. So let's go down here. Scroll down. Normally it would be a lot quicker, but come on. This is fun. We're almost there. Okay, go back up a bit. All right. Now we can go a little bit quicker. Okay, let's go back, do another sanity check. The assumption is they're going to be more than just one this time. So let's, okay. So we have okay, so we have a couple. That's good. Okay. So let's make sure that we have nothing else weird in the middle. Okay, it looks good. All right, so we have the username. So let's get rid of this filter. We don't need it anymore. All right. So now let's go to, we're going to check to see if there's a hashtag in there. Hashtag. And again, we have a regular expression that we use that, you know, a hashtag is made up of a pound symbol or however you call it. And it just checks for that. So it checks for basically pound symbol followed by some letters or some alphanumeric thing. Okay, so hashtag. Now let's just kind of look down a bit to make sure that we don't have anything weird. Okay, and then if it's Twitter, there has to be a hashtag somewhere. So let's check. Okay, good, quite a few, makes sense. It's kind of the nature of it. Okay, of Twitter, I mean. So let's continue. So hashtag link. Also, a lot of people put links into tweets. So even me. Okay, so let's do this, and then we have this check for link. So you've seen the structure of links. So it just checks to find that structure inside. Okay, we can autofill. Take a look just to make sure. There are a couple of funny things in there, but that's fine. All right, so now we have the tricky thing. So we have this emoji, and the emoji thing is quite difficult to detect using a regular function. So I had to create a script like we did before. Let me see, extension, apps. We need to add it in here. Remember, for this getting the unique words, we had to write something too. So here we go. Let's see, I have a function here. Function is conveniently called contains emoji. And we'll just save that. This is like the ASCII code for an emoji. And let's do a new deployment because we've made a change. Okay, that's done, I hope. So let's close that. And then in order to use that, we need to import it. Oops. We need to import it. So as an add-on, let's just make sure. Okay, it's already there. Okay, cool. Hopefully it works. All right, so then we have that function, plus we have a bit of an if around it. So basically if, because I would like everything to look uniform. So if it has, if it contains an emoji, the words yes or no should come out of it. Okay, but that's actually the wrong, no, okay, I got A2, I thought. All right, so we got that. Okay, just want to let that work. That'll take a bit. Okay, let's just kind of look down to check. All right, that looks good. Okay, so then we will do our final check, and that would be to remove the punctuation. Okay. Alright, so if we remove the punctuation, let's see. There was a trick. Okay, so if we remove the punctuation, we need to do something here. Okay, so we check to see if D2, if it is not a link, then we check the, right, because often links contain, yeah, exactly. Often links contain things that look like punctuation, so remove punctuation here. We check to make sure that D2 is not an emoji. Sorry, D2 is not a link, and then we can, then our answer sort of makes sense. Okay. So remove punctuation if it's not a link. Okay. Oops, we don't want that. We just want a little bit of space here. Okay. And then the last thing we want to do is check that it contains English letters only. So English letters only. All right. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so basically the idea is that if it's not a username, not a hashtag, not a link, and not an emoji, and it does not contain only English letters, then we will remove it. So basically, if we go across here, and if all these are no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if they're all no, then we want to remove that word from the list because it's not useful for us. It's not a username. It's not a hashtag. It's not a link. It's not an emoji. We don't know what it is. We don't care. Okay, so I call this wonderful column. That, I don't know why it's bold. Okay. So this is the case that we want to say, hey, remove it. Let's see, okay. Let me just check to make sure that's the right formula. So we got B2, C2, D2, E2, and F2, but it should actually be G2. Right? Because, let's see. Yeah. G, right? G. Because remove punctuation is the final word. Okay. So let's carry that all the way down. We had to make that change quickly. Sorry that this is taking so long, but we're almost there. Dun. 1200, I think, right? Approximately, yeah. There we go. Okay, so so we have that. Let me just check this. So English letters only. After removing punctuation, so we should actually be checking not A, but we should be checking F. Exactly. Okay, so after removing punctuation, if it's just a word, so F is the right thing to be doing here. Okay, move that down again. I mean, there's a better way to do that, but I just want to quickly finish this video because it's getting kind of long. Come on. There we go. Okay, that probably won't change much. Okay. And so we have, do we have any actually? Filter. Okay, so that cleaned up everything. Okay. Okay, so everything is useful that we have left. Because this is a hashtag, this is a link. This is a link. This is a link. Okay, so perfect. So we don't have to actually remove any of our words, which is good. Okay, so the next step is going to be that we simply take our column with removed punctuation, and we're going to check for that word in the original tweet. And if it's in that word, we're going to basically put a 1 under that column. And if it's not, we're going to put a 0. And that's going to create our matrix basis for understanding which word has an effect on the outcome. So looking forward to it. Thank you.